Hi, everyone. I want to ask a pretty deep question. Are you happy with your life? Do you find fulfillment? I was giving a talk yesterday to a group of women professionals in Costa Rica. And the subject of my talk was about our ability to take risk. And the more risks that we take, for me personally, the better fulfillment I have, the happier I am because I love adventure. Now, if you've been following me for any length of time, you probably realize that I love the book The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I bought these little cards that every day I pull a card. Well, today this is the card I pulled. Let me read it to you. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share your love, just to be. To take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. To take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. That's pretty deep, but I completely agree with that. And this is effectively what my talk was yesterday. So it always amazes me how these things can come up when you're looking at things deeply. So, are you taking the necessary risk? If you're not happy with your life, if you're unfulfilled, perhaps it's because you are not taking enough risk. One of the women that I've worked with in the past she was in her mid 40s. And her comment to me when she was talking about what was next in her life, her comment was, I'm too old to start a new business. And I was a bit taken back because I was 15, 20 years older than she was, and I had just started another business. So I said to her, I said, are you enjoying the business that I'm doing? And because she was attending one of the events that I was holding, and she said, yes, I really enjoy it. And I said, well, I just started this business. At that point, it was only like a year ago. And I said, and I'm 15 years older than you are. And she was a bit taken aback because she all of a sudden realized that it was her limiting belief about how old you have to be in order to start a business, or how old you shouldn't be when starting a business. And I'd like to also share with you one of my clients. This was when I was working in the corporate finance consulting field and I was running my corporate finance business. One of my clients turned into a really close friend. And at the age, I believe he was like 89, 88, 89 at the time, he invited me over to his house for a cup of tea and we went and we had a great talk. And then later on, we got to probably the real subject matter that he wanted to talk about. And he just looked at me and goes, Renee, I have a great idea for a business. Do you think that I can find people to fund it for me? And being the person that I am, I said, you know what? I love your business idea. I think it will work, but you can't be the man in the front because of your age. So at 89, I don't know many people, investors, who are going to look at that as a viable business because the key man risk is pretty huge for an 89-year-old. But when you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe even your 70s, go for it. Especially if you can self finance. And service businesses these days, all you really need is a laptop and internet. So don't let your age get in the way of fulfilling a dream, to taking a risk, because our lives are more fulfilled when we take risk and we are active. I also want to share with you a statistic that when I was living in Singapore, at that time, the retirement age there was 55. They had a lot of young workforce, so they wanted people to retire early so that more and more people could enter into the labor market after they come out of school. So at that point, retirement age was 55. The natural expectancy of life at that point was like 58. 58! Only 3 years after they retired. Then, as they started to really develop and they had a lot of job creation and they needed more and more people to take those jobs and they had less and less people to take them, they decided to increase the retirement age. So they jumped the retirement age from 55 to 65. Well, what happened to the natural death rate? It didn't go from 65 to 68. It went into the 70s. So, what does this tell you? When you are active and you fully participate in your life, you are going to have a longer and more healthy life because you're contributing to society, you're contributing to your family, you're also keeping your mind active. And that is hugely crucial. So, if you're going into retirement or if you're starting to prepare for retirement, do not let your age stop you from thinking about starting your own business. You have so much left to give. All of that experience, all of your skills, all of the knowledge, and the just all of the material that you have here, you can use that to develop an educational, some type of service business. There are people that need your help. I would love to have a conversation with you about this if it resonates with you, because I want to see you take risk, have a more fulfilling life, and make sure that you stay active and engaged. Now, you may think, oh, but I know nothing about running a business. That's okay. That's why you have help. That's why you ask for help. And the first step in asking for help is to set up a 1 hour free consultation with me. No obligation. I want to get you on your way. During our conversation, we can talk about some of the things that you could do and what would be the next steps for you to take to do more research as to whether it would be viable for you. How does that sound? Let me know because I really would love to work with you. I love helping people take risk. As a risk taker myself, have done all sorts of adventures, jumped out of a perfectly good airplane, traveled in an ocean on a sailboat, lived on board of a sailboat for 7 years, have gone indoor skydiving as well as outdoor skydiving. I have flown in a helicopter. I've done zip lining on some of the fastest zip lines in the world. I love adventure, but I also love to start businesses and help others do the same. So let me know how I can help you. And in the meantime, I'm Renee Blasky of the Leap Network. Have a great day.